or most like myself, most inspired, just the best. I put my purple eyebrows on. They make me so happy. They make me so happy. So why would I not? Why would I not? I've been going through a continuous grieving process for quite some time, if I'm being honest. And that's multiple different things. I've grieved multiple things. The start of it, the main thing, really, like, grieving my mother has been a huge thing for me, honestly. Grieving my mother has been, like, gigantic. And then there's other things along with that afterwards and just all together. But grieving my mother it's been quite a process. It's been quite a process, and the whole thing hasn't been bad. The grieving of her has also helped me in having compassion for myself and having compassion and understanding for myself, because I didn't get the chance to actually have a mother. And does anyone know what that's like? Does anyone know what it's like to not have a mother? It's really something. It is something. And I have had to have patience and understanding with myself, and yeah, just that. Not having a mother has huge effect, and I'm not sure that some people, I don't know, I guess people, they exist in their own knowing and their own experiences, and a lot of people, they tend to think into that, and I've experienced that. With, yeah, I've had to have compassion for myself and understanding for myself, because it's been hard, honestly, and that's okay to say that. I didn't get the chance to be around my mother. I didn't get the chance to know her, not really. And after losing her, it's like I had to grieve the lack of relationship. I will never know what it's like to have my mother in physical with me. Not anymore. I don't have the chance to I don't have the chance to, like, I mean, it's all spiritual. So there's that. I mean, I will say, like, I think she's been able to do more for me in her death than she's been able to do in her life. And I appreciate that. It's just, as a person, as a being who's alive in this now, I've had to have patience and understanding for myself. Yeah. My brushes are dirty, so I'm gonna use my fingers. But yeah, see, I actually taught myself most things, and the thing about it, she probably, like, yeah, it's a whole thing, but I had to teach myself. I had to learn from observing from other people and how they do things, like, that's basic things. I'm talking about, like, a lot, like, the basic things and caring for yourself. I had to observe other people and learn from them. And yeah, I don't hold anything against my mom. The thing is, I didn't, it's just what it was. I didn't know any better. That's just that. I never held that against her, because, yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing. And then there's stuff that's came back around for me. See, I say this something like I've had to have compassion for myself, and that's the reason why I mentioned it. But I had lice until 8th grade, and I don't know what happened. It just went away. I don't know. Maybe I started dyeing my hair more or something. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but it just went away, and that's cool. But yeah, I had it continuously, and there's a lot of things about her and about the time, like, she was quite a person. She didn't get to really, yeah, she as I became an adult and after I lost her, it's like I woke up a bit. See, I was following down a cycle of being with abusive people. I had that's the main thing I knew. Like, I had times in growing up, I had times of abuse and solitude, pretty much. It's like I was either being abused and going through some things, or seeing it, like going through way more than I should ever have. And that's not like the whole time wasn't just abuse, but like, you know, I had a mother that was an alcoholic, and and I had to really forgive myself, to be honest, too, because I'm looking back at how I was with her. I didn't really treat her well. And I've had to forgive myself for that, because I was the child. I was the child of an addict, and that's a lot. That's not an easy thing to deal with. I didn't really get a mother because of that. And after I lost her and learned a lot, like, I was able to forgive her for everything instantly. And I don't even know what, like, I'm just here talking, trying to say this stuff. It's not really, like, it's not gonna come out, so it's just, you know, it's just telling some things, whatever. But, I don't know. But, so whenever she passed, I was living with the person who, oh man, I need to do a whole story of him, of this experience, because he probably would have offed me. Who knows? Because he had like actual tendencies. This man, he had admitted, after I was already living with him, he had admitted that as a child he had hurt animals. That's something he did. And I don't think he was fully aware of his own kind of mindset. I don't know. He was quite a Christian, and the type of Christian he was, I don't know, they're already entitled enough. But it's a specific type. But, and he had quite an fascination about death and murder. One time, so whenever I looked up his history stuff, like, I understand me not being able to look at, like, I'm glad that I did, because I knew better than this. So I went from Grieving to, but this is actually, like, yeah. So he looked up, like, I don't know, what am I saying? This is like some horrible stuff. He looked up some corn that was like, oh my god, it was horrible. Oh my goodness. How do I word that in the right way? Like, it was non-consensual to the end of their life. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying when I say that, but it's a specific, like, really horribly disgusting kind of thing that he was looking up. And that's what he looked up. And another time I had seen him Google, why do I like to hurt children? And the thing about it, the reason why I was there, is there was a mix of wanting love and, like, I just wanted love and support. That's really all I wanted, because I was neglected. I'll be honest. And I didn't get the love I needed as a child, and I was mentally abused in previous relationship. So, yeah, and then also I didn't know what else to do. I didn't have anywhere else to go. Yeah, and that's really something too, because, like, yeah, that's where I was continuing the cycle in this, because my mother also, she was in situations because she didn't have anywhere else to go. She didn't have any other options. So she was in these abusive situations because she, like, what else was she gonna do? She didn't have anywhere else to go. This is actually a major thing, though, like, the not feeling like you have a place to go, whether it's someone to talk to, like a safe person to talk to that offers no judgment, and that is just supportive. Like, if you're going through some really difficult stuff, if you're in an abusive situation, like, it's very important to have someone that you can trust to go to. And it's very important for, like, it's very important to be a trustworthy person. Because if you have a friend and they're telling you that they're in a really difficult, abusive situation, like, it's just very, like, if you really care and love for that person, just try to be there the best way you can. Even if you don't know exactly how to, if anything, just don't be judgmental, to be honest, because, like, I started closing up, honestly. I talk to people, I try to talk to some people, and then I started closing up because I was met with, like, judgment. I was met with, like, questioning, where I was the one in this really difficult situation and I didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't know how to get out of it, and that was a whole thing. And that's really huge, because I know my mom, like, reading messages from her, and it's really, like, it's really difficult, honestly, to have read messages from from when, yeah, but it she felt judgment. Like, she was afraid to, she didn't want to go to, like, her son's graduation because she was afraid to be met with judgment. And I feel bad knowing now that she was judged during that time. So the time, like, she told me that she didn't know about going to it, and then I was one who also started questioning her. It's like I try to parent her in a way, but I didn't know how to be, because, like, yeah, it's a whole thing. And at the time of her death, it was really something. Oh my goodness, it was huge. It was really something. I took a recording, the thing that got it, and that's something that I've tried to do. But I had to take a recording to show people how it actually was, like, how he was actually acting and treating me. And the thing is, even in that recording, you could hear my child. But that's a something. I've learned a lot since then. I don't even know what I'm doing makeup wise. Like, I'm just doing this. I'm just trying to put it on. I don't even know. I don't even know whatever is coming out, because this is not, like, I'm not giving a constructive story. I'm just talking. And yeah. But it's really been something. I was able to wake up. Losing her woke me up. Honestly, it woke me up from the cycle I was in. It woke me up, and yeah, I'm grateful for that, because I was headed down the same cycle. I was, yeah. And it's really been something working through grieving her. And I have had to, as I've said in a bit of this, I might be repeating myself, because, like, again, this is just, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just talking and trying to do this as I go. But I had to really have compassion for myself, especially, because even still, like, it's been huge for me. Like, even the stuff that I've been going through, I don't know, I don't think people, that's the whole thing. I don't think some people know how to be, because they feel their own stuff. Like, someone can only meet you as far as they've met themselves. So yeah, there's that. And that really says a bit in the thing, like, my experience. And because honestly, I've just been trying to do the best I can. Literally just that. I've been trying to do the best I can. I've been unpacking everything that came from everyone else. Like, to be honest, like, judging other people or gossiping other people, whatever, any kind of stuff like that. I stopped doing that, because, like, as I went into my own solitude, and it was a learned behavior. That's the thing. It was a learned behavior, because everyone I was around, that's what they did. They gossiped. They judged, and all this. And I've always been a type of person who offers help. Like, I've been someone who has housed other people and all of that. Like, I've always been someone who helps people. Yeah, that's what's so interesting about it. I've had to have compassion for myself completely, because everyone deserves love. I deserve love. I never deserved to be treated in ways that I was treated before. And my mom never deserved to be treated in ways that she was her whole life. And that's just something, whenever you don't know better, whenever you don't know, like, we accept the love we think we deserve, and that's very true. That is very true. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. I'm like, I really had to have compassion to myself. That's a huge thing. Like, I say that so much because, you know, and I have based myself off of other people. The main reason why I've questioned myself is because of other people. It's other people's judgments. I can know exactly what I'm doing. I can know the exact reason. I can know why I'm doing things. But then it's other people who start to question it and start to, like, put out their projections, and it's based off of what they think is right. Which, the interesting thing is, I just don't live in the way of the world. Like, I live most naturally and most authentic for myself. And I've had to unpack it, but because I'm not saying that I've never been, but because I mean, some of this makeup that I have now shows. But and it really, that even still came from, like, a love for makeup. But I followed people that didn't deserve that, because, and you know, it all comes from a place. Everything comes from a place. This, like, it's so funny. What am I even trying to say? I'm really just trying to do something. I'm trying to make a video. I knew that I need to make a video, and I knew that I needed to do my makeup. So I'm just talking. And I talk so much about having compassion for myself because it is so, like, man, that's major. That's so major. Because, as I said, like, the judgment that I felt, the judgment that I've had for myself, and all of that has really just came from the ideas that come from other people. Because, like, I know that I mean, I have had a bit of a fear of taking action, I think. And I don't know, like, I've had to release this feeling, because whenever I start to feel too much, like, I shut down. I shut down and try to, like, I don't want to affirm that. Not affirming it, I'm just speaking about how it's been. Like, as I felt overwhelmed and just unsure of what to do, unsure of, like, where I can ask for help or any of that, I just try to function. And yeah, it's like I don't know how to function sometimes, and I just shut down. And now I've been calming myself, calming my nervous system, and even recently I've had to release my own judgment, because I feel like, you know, I'm not at all content. I'm not at all comfortable in the place that I'm currently at, figuratively and literally. But and it's like, what are you doing then? Why, like, what is going on? Like, I need to take action, that I'm realizing. And then there's times where, like, I feel I pressure myself, to be creative, and know, because I believe so much in my own success. I do. I believe that I can do it. I believe so much, but I also don't want to do it from pressure. I want to do it from inspiration. And, like this now, here I am just doing it. Like, I'm just doing it. I wasn't pressuring myself so much to do it. I just knew that I needed to. I just knew that I needed to do something. I needed to do my makeup. And this is not me focusing on it even. This is not like, I need to focus and just sit down and actually focus on my makeup. But I also need to clean my makeup brushes. So, but yeah. I knew that I needed to just do something, and I didn't want to do it out of pressuring. I just wanted to do it because I love to. Like, I love my makeup, and I know that I needed to make a jump, make a healthy, better jump. And when I tried to do YouTube, it was literally just a jump. It was meant to be, here I am, like, looking at me, but it was meant to be a jump. It's kind of done, I think. Well, okay. Well, it was meant to just be a jump that, like, and I learned through it. I didn't mean to hurt anyone when I did it. I really didn't. It was meant to just be a jump of doing it. And to be honest, like, I had partaking in a substance. A natural one that is healthy, but I was anxious throughout it. I was anxious and then just trying to do that. I was just trying to jump. Yeah, just that. And then my reasoning for it wasn't even good enough, honestly. My reasoning wasn't that great, because my reasoning in wanting to jump was because of the person I was in love with. It was wanting the attention of her. If I'm being completely honest, that was my whole reason. That was actually the purpose. That was why I did that jump. Because I wanted her attention. And that was just because I loved her so freaking much. And I've never been like that for a person. Like, that's something, like, let me be completely honest. This is, like, that's a thing that's kept me a bit stagnant at times, because, I have loved her so much that, like, I held on to that feeling. I held on to that one. And I've never done that quite for someone. Like, I've had to realize, yes, I am, like, I go hard for people whenever I fall hard, and I fall, well, yeah, just that. But the thing is, I've always moved on quickly. I've always moved on very quickly. And this particular person, like, yeah. It's because I met my best friend. She was just my best friend. And I loved everything that was with it. And the thing about that, what made that relationship harder, the thing that made it not be so successful, is because I didn't believe enough in myself. I didn't believe enough in my worth. I didn't believe that I was worth it, like, enough for her. I didn't believe that I was good enough for her. And that's not, like, I'm not gonna say she didn't make me feel like that, because yes, she absolutely did. She very much fucking did. But the thing is, she was like, yeah, she was really struggling going through her own stuff. I don't think she realized quite how she actually treated me. And it wasn't so well. But I don't know if she realized it, to be completely honest. And I think that, like, I understood her so much. I understood, like, I'm jumping from, like, one subject to another. Like, this is so funny. This is why I need a podcast. I do understand. Here I am seeing it. But, like, again, this is just me doing it. Like, this is just me doing it. Yeah. But, anyway, with this person, what was I even saying? I don't think that, like, I understood her so much. I understood the depths. I understood what was going on. I could see it all the time. Like, I could see, because whenever we were together, it, like, even then, the anxiety that was felt, like, this is something even my own parenting, like, here I'm going from subject to subject, but with my own parenting, I've realized that it's the pressures from other people that had actually made it harder. Like, once I stopped giving a crap about other people, and, like, once I stopped getting out of how they think it should be, it, like, things went so well. I've always been a very great parent. It's just that I was overwhelmed for quite some time, and once I stopped letting myself be so overwhelmed, this is kind of hard doing, like, I don't, I'm just talking, but, like, trying to do this is kind of hard to do both. But I'm doing it. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, but, anyway, I really did go from subject to subject to subject, but that's a whole thing, though, for real. Once I actually stopped thinking about other people's judgments, once I stopped seeing how they thought it should be, because I had a child who was a preteen, and, like, they went through some stuff, like, to be honest, in that relationship, I was so wanting that relationship to be successful, and it took so much of my attention that, like, I wasn't giving it to myself enough, and I wasn't giving it to my children enough. And if I could, I would definitely go back and do things differently. I would, and it probably would be a successful relationship. Like, we would probably be together if I could do that. If I could have learned to love myself enough to understand when I was overwhelmed, and when I was overstimulated, like when I just needed to get off the phone and be a parent, be a person. Yeah, that would have probably, because like I'm sure I already know, like had I done that to begin with, like how I've learned and know better now, like how I actually would be. Like the thing is in that, like it's like it brought out all of me. It brought out the depths because like I wanted it so bad that I was trying everything I could. Like I was like an addiction. Kind of. It really was because like I felt so I just felt so much love for her that it's like it yeah. Okay, what am I even saying? But yeah, I mean, had I had more with myself, because as I've done my thing, as I've parented on my own, as I've actually like focused on my own self, everything has really gone well. It's just the outside noise. It's the freaking outside noise. It's made so much trouble. I'm like, that's the most real statement out of everything. Out of everything I could say, it's the outside noise that does the problem. Like, I'm perfectly fine on my own. I can do just fine on my own. Like, I don't have any issues. I will do just fine. If I didn't have to worry anything about other people, which I'm releasing that worry of other people, but yeah, I would be perfectly fine. Completely. It's the anxieties and projections of other people that have had such effect and that I've had to work through and release because, yeah, I just have to be myself. And that's why, even in this, like, this has been a whole conversation, a whole, like, jumping into topic to topic. Like, what have I been talking about? I talked about grieving my mother, I talked about the abusive situation I was in before. And then I've talked about my ex-girlfriend, and I've talked about parenting a little bit. These things. It's just been quite a conversation. This is typical of me. I'm not even kidding. This is typical. This is like, it makes a lot of sense that I would do this. Like, if you want the most real me, like, I will go from subject to subject to subject pretty much because like it all has purpose and all kind of goes together. It all like, yeah. But to try to like stay on one topic, this is not. I didn't know what the heck I was going to talk about, to be honest. I had no idea. I knew that I needed to film something, and I knew I needed to do my makeup, but I didn't know it was going to come out at all. And I don't really care to. This is why I need a podcast, obviously, because I don't care to really plan something out. Like, yes, there'd be some things that are planned out to talk about, like there's specific subjects, but for the most part, I just like to talk. I just like to, I don't know. I think that's like the most authentically me, to get the most random stuff. And I don't know, I guess I'll figure it out. It's gonna work out because I do believe so much in my success. I think maybe that's been the scary thing. I don't know. What have I been scared of? What has been holding me back? I'm not entirely sure. I do very much know that I need to release the judgments, release everyone else's ideals. That is most true. That is a huge thing. That's gigantic. That's huge. That's been a whole big thing. And I guess that's where, what is it, fear of being seen? Because, yeah. Okay. So this was random makeup talk with Savannah. I don't think I'm done yet. I don't know, because I still have to do blush. It's just I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I don't know if I'm done with my So do y'all just like to like? So I think this could be a successful thing. See, I would like that chaos in it because you know, just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's what I like. Okay. Alright. A lot of blush makes me so happy. My most favorite things, like the things that make me the happiest when it comes to doing my makeup is blush, purple eyebrows being the first one, glitter, oh the glitter, oh sparkles, oh my gosh, yes, oh love it so much, and then have like as much blush as possible. I'm a fairy, like of course such a fairy, and that makes a lot of sense. I am a fairy, like, yeah. And let me go from another subject. Things about fairies, they're actually not so bad. It really just depends on how you treat them and how you view them, if I'm being honest. That's actually something, because fairies can be really mischievous and not, but if you are one with the fairies, if you actually, like, yeah. So, you're either with me or not on this. I don't know. I don't care. Either, yes, because I'm talking about fairies and a belief in that. And if you don't like that, then maybe I'm not the person for you. I don't know. Or you can just, like, you gotta be open to understanding, open to the mythical ideas, okay? Because this is where I'm going right now. But the thing about fairies, actually, is if you are with them, like, if you are open with them, you're a part of them, like, whatever, they actually can be really great. They can really bless you. They are a blessing. They can either be a blessing or a menace. It's kind of up to you, honestly. And for me, they are very much a blessing. Absolutely. They always have been. Because I am a fairy. Of course, they're a blessing to me because I am one of them. Okay. And that makes me so happy. It makes me happy to be a little fairy. I love it. I've always been. Okay. That's my little dance because, yes, like, I'm just tuning into myself. Like, my energy is a little bit low because life is something, and I'm like, yeah. But, I'm trying to make the best of it. I'm trying to just be alive and just, yeah. Okay. Use this one, actually. We're gonna try this. Okay. I really do operate completely different than most people. And I like that. I love myself. Like, I love who I am. I love the type of person I am. I love everything about it. If I'm being completely honest, I like the person that I am. I really do. And the only reason why I've been in question about who I am or how I am, the way I operate, the way I do things, again, is because of other people. But I actually really just like myself, and I don't mean that in a, like, stuck up kind of way. I just mean I like the person that I am. I appreciate who I am, and everyone should love who they are. Yeah, like, you should love who you are. You should love how you are. And if you don't, then what is it that you don't like? And maybe you should do something about that. Maybe, like, become more of a person that you do like. Yeah. I like how I operate in general because I am a generous person. Like, I don't just mean that in a money sense. Like, I see the beauty in people and I treat them as that. It is my most favorite thing. Like, my absolute favorite thing about makeup is, like, there's the blush and then there's that nose that is like, oh my gosh, that just makes me so happy. Okay. But yeah. Everyone really should love who they are, as I said. And that's the thing, like, like, we live in this world where it's not even supposed to be like this. Like, again, even it's kind of funny to me, like, for religious people or spiritual people, like, for them to have, like, the reasons they judge me is kind of wild, because you should be not of the world. Like, I'm simply not of the world. Like, I don't follow along with how it's put out things should be, because that's not even, like, literally, like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of going from subject to subject, but, like, the thing is, food could be free, literally. Like, the earth actually provides our natural resources. It does. The earth actually provides every single thing we need, and that's the thing. Like, you know, money is, like, the only reason why it's important is because humans give it power. And I refuse to be one of the world. Like, I refuse to follow along and put importance in these certain areas that are not important. I do prioritize stuff like mental health. I prioritize like your well-being. I prioritize health, just in general, as it should be, because, like, what does it matter? What does it matter? What does the money matter? What does any of this stuff matter? Other than, of course, needing, like, stability and, like, by that I mean shelter and have food and stuff. But, what good does it do if you're working yourself to death? Like, if you're spending your whole life working for what? For what? For what? Like, yeah, again, like, this is kind of funny. Me going from, like, if you like any of this, so this song's gonna tell you, maybe just follow along. What am I doing? I don't know what this is about. This is excessive. This is me just doing it. I don't even have anything. Lipstick. I wasn't really planning on wearing lipstick. Was I? I probably should. Okay. I just became stuck lips, but it's cool. Okay. I guess I have to wear something. Okay, well, I had a bunch of, I could really keep going, but maybe it don't, what happened here? I don't know. Alright, I don't even know. I don't know. Whatever came out is what came out, and it was supposed to, because I don't know exactly what happened here. I don't really want to put lipstick on now, if I'm being honest. This part, like, this was just for fun. This was for fun, because I needed it. Doing my makeup is therapeutic for me, but you know what I haven't been doing? My makeup. Like, it's therapy. Like, this is my therapy. This makes me happy. This makes me me. Yeah, I should really be doing it. Do what makes you happy. Always do what makes you happy. Yeah. Okay. As long as what makes you happy doesn't hurt other people. Okay. Alright, well, I don't know. This was what it was. I appreciate it if you have watched. Super appreciate it, because I understand it was just random. And really, I could put out a lot more thoughts. I could put out more constructiveness. Because there's a whole lot more, actually, I could say. There's a whole lot. My brain, like, I actually have a lot that's worth being said. I am worth listening to. Like, I actually have learned a whole lot. It's just, I'm learning how to talk to people. I'm learning how to put myself out there. And all of that. I've had to really, like, I know that what I know and believe is all, like, it actually makes a lot of sense. I'm actually worth listening to. But, yeah, it's a bit chaotic right now. It'll get worked out. This is just me doing it. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you if you have listened. I somehow forgot, like, a very important part. I forgot to add a highlight. And I'm just using, oh, hi kitty! He said, no, you're not gonna film that. You're gonna scratch me. You're gonna scratch me, and you're not gonna film it. You're not gonna care about the makeup because he just wanted to patch. Kitty said, I'm not gonna film it, but I'm just gonna show, like, I like to be as dramatic as possible, pretty much. Here is the final result, since my kitty did not let me show. I like the drama. I love the sparkles. That's my favorite part. That's the best. Thank you if you have watched me and my kitty's little poppin' because he wanted his own little scratches. He don't want me to pay attention to anything except his scratches.